First Tim Pool, now Marjorie Taylor Greene. She becomes the latest victim of swatting, this time by tranny madness. I'm Jasper Gonzo, and this is What's Next. Hey, what's up, guys? Good Friday. Jasper Gonzo here, another episode of What's Next, your daily dose of common sense and facts. Hope you guys are doing well. Swatting. What is it? Well, for those who don't know, swatting is the criminal harassment tactic of deceiving an emergency response team via hoax. Now, of course, that is illegal. Basically falsifying to either police or fire or EMTs or whoever that a situation, a volatile situation is going on and those services being sent out. Now, the reason why I bring this up is because Marjorie Taylor Greene, representative out of Georgia, became the latest victim of this tactic, if you will. To me, it's cowardice. First, Tim Pool was the first one that it happened to, and it was done live stream. Let's take a look, give you a little backstory. This comes out of the Washington Examiner. Podcaster Tim Pool swatted during live stream. This happened January of this year. Podcaster Tim Pool was raided by officers while on the air Thursday in what turned out to be a swatting incident. Officers raided Pool's home during a live taping of his podcast after an anonymous source reported people had been shot and killed at Pool's home in Maryland. Several officers responded to investigate what turned out to be a false incident or hoax, defined by the Washington County Sheriff's Office as a false 911 call reporting a serious incident to elicit significant response from police and other emergency services. This was off his Twitter feed. Cops got a call at 8:20. They arrived at 8:27 p.m. Security camera footage isn't adjusted. At least 8 vehicles, several different jurisdictions. If it wasn't for our CTO going outside and calming things down, it would have been bad. Now, I set that up for this. This comes out of Post Millennial. Breaking, listen to the 911 calls swatting Marjorie Taylor Greene. Quote, they basically came out to their family about being trans and ended up shooting his family at the home, said the dispatcher Thursday morning. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene was swatted for 2 consecutive nights. 2. At her Georgia home. And 911 calls obtained by the Post Millennial revealed that in both instances, Wednesday and Thursday, callers were inspired by Greene's plan to criminalize, medicalize gender transition for children. Yes, because she is putting out a bill to criminalize groomers, tranny madness, destroying and child abusing kids' lives and making it illegal. Oh no, they got butthurt, so let's make false 911 calls. Wow. So stunning, so brave. The first call, which came just after 1 a.m. on Wednesday, came from a woman who said she was from a Veterans and Military Service crisis line. Caller stated that she reported that their boyfriend had come out to their home and that they shot him 5 times and he's currently in the bathtub. The caller noted that the person on the other line refused to provide a name but insisted on providing the address, ensuring that the responder had it correctly. Caller stated that they were going to load the gun and take their own life and then stopped responding. The woman added that the line was still open between the initial caller and a mental health responder. The dispatcher from the chat site began to expressing concerns that this may be a swatting situation. They basically came out to their family's home about being transgender and ended up shooting his family at the home, the woman said, who verified the address of the incident in Rome, Georgia, where Greene resides.
Yes, the address I'm calling about is...
Okay, what's going on?
My name's Annette. I'm with the Veterans and Military Crisis Line, and we got a call from I'm not sure. The caller reported that their boyfriend had come to the home and that they shot him 5 times and that he was currently in the bathtub.
Okay, what was
caller refused to
Now remember, the call was made out to this veteran crisis line, and so the veteran crisis line is contacting the 911 dispatch or 911 dispatch. So it may sound kind of muffled to you because it's kind of sounding like that to me.
And who?
And
What's going on there?
he didn't. Okay, so the caller stated that she reported that their boyfriend had come to the home and that they shot him 5 times, and he's currently in the bathtub. Caller refused to provide names, but insisted on providing the address, ensuring that the responder had it correctly. Caller stated that they were going to load the gun and take their own life and then stop responding. The line is still open with our mental health responder.
Okay, who's calling this? What company are you with again?
The Veterans and Military Crisis Line.
Okay, and tell me the address one more time.
Excuse me. My fault. The story goes on a little bit further, but basically, it was false. It was a hoax. It was a lie. Nothing happened at Marjorie Taylor Greene's home on Wednesday and on Thursday. So now you're just not calling once at 1 a.m., but then you do it again on Thursday a.m. at 3 a.m. So after the first one, okay, you kind of took it seriously. The second one, for the 911 dispatch, we basically say, well, you know, this is false. We're not going to take it seriously. They have to take every call that comes in seriously. They have to, unless it's just overwhelmingly obvious that it's bullshit. Now, to my knowledge, this is only the second time that I'm coming across this from a quote unquote known person, well-known person. First Tim Pool and now Marjorie Taylor Greene. But in Marjorie Taylor Greene's case is that she's made it very clear regarding transgenderism, regarding groomers, that this is an abusive situation regarding kids, to basically force them to take hormones and or pretty much lopping Jane's breasts off and lopping Johnny's balls off just because they quote unquote feel a little bit different. She's trying to put a stop to it. Now, through legislative means, of course, in my opinion, would have to be done through the local level, you know, grassroots level, from the down, from the bottom up, not from the top down. But her heart's in the right place. But of course, when you have the wokesters, the woke mob, the butthurts, the leftist douchebags, pretty much the leftist assholes who have nothing better to do but to sit in their parents' basement with their hands filled with Cheetos and Twitter away all day. People like this, who will go out of their way to destroy people's lives. Tim Pool, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and I'm sure this has happened to others, other notables. That this is a problem, and it's just sad. It's pathetic, and it's illegal. It's illegal to make a false call for emergency services to come out, police, fire, what have you. It is illegal, and if you are found illegal, then charges can be brought upon you. But of course, if you're calling anonymous. How are they supposed to trace it? Unless they trace the call, unless they trace it off the cell phone. But then again, they can trace it off cell phone, trace it off the landline. That is the only way that you're going to be able to crack down on this. But I guarantee you that Marjorie Taylor Greene is probably doing everything in her power as a congresswoman to make sure shit like this doesn't happen again. Not just to someone who has notoriety the way she does, or Tim Pool, but to regular Jane and Joe. With that being said, I'm Jazz Berganzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more just like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share it, subscribe to it. And we'll catch you guys next time. Peace.